Hey guys, we're back. Getting ready to start with DK versus Rattlesnake Purge, of course, joined by Blitz. Thanks for coming on the cast.
Hello.
You ready for this game? You said 2-0, right?
Can I change my prediction?
No. All right, let's get in the game.
You're mean to me.
DK versus Rattlesnake. We've got quite a few bans underway. 4 bans so far. 2 picks from each side. Gonna see an Alchemist already.
Yeah, that's one of those heroes that has become really popular, and especially if you have a player like Burning, where you can pick up a hero like Gyro or Alchemist, one of those flash farming snowball heroes. That's something you want to get. And actually, Rattlesnake opting to take Gyrocopter so early off the bat kind of forces DK into that next best option.
Wow, and seeing a Templar Assassin. It's been a bit since we see TA. There was a period of time where TA was constant mid in the game, but we've actually seen a lot of Alchemist mid, correct? Therefore,
Yes.
TA's a fairly decent offensive counter. Alchemist has really low armor, so she can kill him. He has ways to deal with her amount of refractions with Acid Spray, but largely she should be able to last hit him pretty effectively.
Yeah, I don't actually know if this is going to be one of those games where you pick Alchemist mid, especially since DK has a propensity for putting Burning on that hero rather than Super. So you do make a really good point, though. I think the Templar Assassin was picked up just so you could burst down the Alchemist and lower his armor with Meld artificially, and it's such a good counter in the sense that you can kind of burst him down really quickly. Plus, traps are still really useful.
He has a huge timing window for weakness against minus armor, because his base armor is really low. It's like 2-3. You usually grab a damage item first, like a Battle Fury. You'll maybe have Treads, maybe Phase, and then before you get that Plate Mail, we're talking like 15 minutes in the game, he will be weak to minus armor, so he's got to be really careful there.
Yeah, that's kind of the knock on Alchemist as a hero in general. Just, you need a lot of items to make your hero from okay to great. You need armor, you need some sort of tanking aside from that, like a BKB, you need a damage item, you need attack speed, and so an item like Assault really helps him in a situation like this. I wouldn't be too surprised if Burning opts to get it second or third in terms of overall item farm. But we see a Storm ban. I hate to see that. That makes me really depressed, just from a personal player perspective. I just said 3 Ps in a row, and I didn't trip up. Are you proud of me?
Can we just do tongue twisters for the rest of the cast?
Okay, we can do that.
Peter Piper. Let's continue the piece.
I can't do that, no.
No, what? Come on.
I can't do that. Just don't pressure me. Alright, anyways. So Storm's going to be banned. That's a LAN-M respect ban. And we actually see a DK picked up, and that's who we should see actually mid.
Yeah. He's got pretty good base armor. We've actually been seeing some Dragon Knights pick up armor at level 2, surprisingly, instead of the stun, which could impact things a bit. A little more armor to protect against the Templar Assassin damage, and an Ancient Apparition pick up by Rattlesnake. Now, this hero has gotten a buff. Aghanim Scepter is available for the hero, which means that his ultimate lasts more ticks, which basically means a larger amount of time that prevents healing. And the most important area that this is going to be fantastic, if the AA can get an Aghanims, which is unlikely, even still, Alchemist HP regen. The guy gets 30 HP regen at level 2 ulti and 60 HP per second with the level 3 ulti. If you can prevent that, that's like 5 seconds of damage. That's 300 HP total that is prevented from healing. It's very, very good, the minus heal.
Yeah, it also makes something that DK does a lot is they make their Keeper of the Light get a mech. That'll negate that as well. And the Dragon Knight passive, the HP regen, which is also really underrated. On top of that, it's just an overall kind of solid hero. The knock on it is you do need levels. You do need that pivotal level 6. The rest of his spells are a little bit iffy. You need other things to set you up, like the Earthshaker, which is a nice combination there, just so you can fissure hold them in place, the AA ult goes off. But DK, I think, picks the Dragon Knight just so you can get a kind of counter to Templar Assassin, just so you have so much armor, right?
Yeah.
It's like a really tanky hero. Plus, doesn't the poison work through the refract?
I'm not sure about that one.
It should,
It
right?
is 20 DPS. Does that not set it off?
It should. I'm pretty sure it does.
It does damage while you have refract up. Is that what you're saying, or does it break
no,
refract?
I think it might get rid of her. Oh god, that's such a weird mechanic. We'll see. Anyways, in game.
Yep. It will be cast on Naga Siren, actually, for Rattlesnake. So what most likely this is going to be is a Naga Sleep setup into call down AA ult and possible Echo Slam, which means really, really good teamfight potential for Rattlesnake, but they've got to set up the Wombo. Even still, they have an aggressive Trilane, a safe mid, and probably a safe solo somewhere else. So they'll probably do TA mid versus Dragon Knight. They'll do Naga versus Windrunner, and then a roaming Earthshaker AA, or they can put them in a Trilane. I guess they'll put Gyro versus Windrunner, and then do Naga AA Earthshaker. But that's pretty melee. I'm not really sure what they're going to do, honestly.
Yeah, you could do something like that. What I have seen as well is Naga mid, just because
Uphill miss.
that splash thingy,
Riptide.
It's really cost efficient now, right? Just because they lowered, didn't they lower the cooldown?
They re-buffed it back down. It was nerfed and then they buffed it back.
Yeah,
What
so
happened.
it's still a really useful spell. We'll see where everyone decides to go. Obviously, just judging by the lineup for DK, that's kind of the knock that DK doesn't really have for them. Once they pick their heroes, it's really obvious what lanes they're going to go, right?
Yep.
You have Burning going to go top, obviously, in the short lane. You know, Super, since he's playing the Dragon Knight mid. What I really like about Rattlesnake's lineup is that they're really flexible in terms of you never really know who's going to go where, right? Just because Lanam's the 3-player, but we see him on the solo mid TA. And
Yeah,
Icy's
that's
the mid
interesting.
player, and he's playing the Naga.
Yeah, let's take a look at all the players quick before they get into a fight here. Icy's on the Naga, Luo's on the Gyrocopter, Lanam is playing Templar Assassin, Kabu on the A, and the last player is going to be
Oh, and it looks like there's
Sagam on
going to be a
Earthshaker.
fight.
Ooh,
Fight's
Earthshaker was
breaking out.
spotted. Earthshaker was definitely spotted here. First Sentry, or I'm sorry, Observer is placed. I love how this is placed here to spot some vision. If we take a look at the Radiant Vision here, they do see the Coddle sitting over here. So, will they initiate? Probably not. QQQ is going to be able to spot this out, and if things go really badly, Burning can always pop his stun to be able to get a disable, and he does actually skill it.
Yeah, and it looks like this is just kind of a passive stare down, trying to get everything set up. ROTK already going to go down, so it looks like this is just kind of one of those Mexican standoffs. No one's really going to get into a fight. Super setting up for mid, going for the standard build.
We've also got MMY on the Rubik, QQQ playing Keeper of the Light, and the last player is going to be Burning, of course, on Alchemist. So,
Predictably, they are going to go offensive trilane just because they have, I mean, who are you going to send in the offlane, right?
this is going to be the tri-lane, though. I mean, Naga Siren, Earthshaker, AA. So, the general idea is going to be Earthshaker Fissure with a follow-up of Ice Vortex, or Cold Feet, sorry. Almost the right thing. Cold Feet, and they can also use a Ensnare, which is actually kind of cool. You can use Ensnare, Cold Feet.
Yeah.
Combo that isn't done very often.
Once Naga hits 2, it means like Cold Feet is going to hit no matter what. Even if the Fissure misses. Just because the Ensnare combo with it.
Yeah.
And that's a really big thing, too.
Yeah, that's scary for Alchemist, that's for sure. They do have a pretty good defensive tri-lane, though. I mean, Rubik can do an AoE stun. Caudal Blast can lower these guys' HP. There actually is no regen. They go on Burning, and immediately there's the blast. Puts Burning low. Will the Cold Feet proc? It will. It's got about a second here. A couple more right clicks on Burning, but he does have a Style Shield. He also can pop a Salve here if he's in a lot of trouble. Icy's going to have a Riptide in a second, though. Here comes the first right click. Riptide, not going to bother. So, burn his Salve. There's a Salve pop from QQQ, and they still have a pretty good amount of regen. So,
Yeah. There's no salves left, though, and the potential for that is huge. Just for them to harass Burning like that.
yeah.
It is a little difficult for DK to protect him. Especially once levels start happening. I don't really know how that's going to work out. And it actually looks like ROTK kind of losing this lane. Luo was stacked a lot of regen. He's got a Ring of Bassi, and he's got 2 sets. He's got 2 tangos and a salve.
Yeah, only one of these tangos was actually pooled, so... And he started off really nice. With Flat Cannon, apparently. Wow, this is all Flat Cannon harass? Man, Windrunner does only have 1 armor, so she will take a lot from that, but I assumed for sure that would be a Rocket Barrage or something similar.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe she got right-clicked once or twice after that. Opting not to pop Windrun early. Oh, wait. Oh, she actually did use something.
And he still has 4 CS, too. 4 CS, 2 denies. RTK having a rough time down here already.
Yeah. In general, that's going to be a difficult lane for Windrunner.
Uh-huh.
But she's at 0 and 1, which is a little poor. I don't actually... How many creeps are down there?
There are at least half this wave.
Oh,
3
so
quarters
she's
this
only
way.
missed 1 creep. It's not the worst thing in the world, right?
This is the second wave.
Oh, wow. Okay, never mind then.
'Cause he's got 4 already, so...
And he's got 1 deny? Wow,
2 denies,
that's
2
not...
denies.
Wait, I meant the Windrunner.
Yeah, just 1
Yeah,
deny.
she's only got 1 deny, so not doing too well. The game is going to get resumed.
She previously had +5 damage on this guy, by the way. He just finished his Ring of Bacillus, which gives him +6, so... A little surprising.
It looks like what's actually happening in that lane is Gyro's chasing the Windrunner down and just kind of running him away. And then the rest of the damage is just from Flak. Wow, this is actually so smart.
Wow, really, really well done there, especially now that she's so low HP. She's going to get full HP from the salve now, so she will be able to maybe match this. But sentries get placed down. This is a sentry counterwarding a sentry, which also blocks the spawn, so we'll see no wards, or I'm sorry, no creep waves spawning here, which should mean that the aggressive tri-lane is in pretty good position. They can also pull this large camp to the left here to get some EXP this way. And Earthshaker in the meantime is backing up a bit since the wave is doing some weird things right now.
Yeah, I think Rattlesnake is really comfortable with this trade right now. They know that their mid is going to win in terms of CS because TA is the stronger farmer, and Gyro is doing better than Windrunner is. So if they can block that pull and nobody dies at top, overall, they're breaking even or winning all 3 lanes.
That's amazing. Usually when you see people winning 3 lanes, the game just ends by the 15-minute mark. Unless the team fights go vastly in terms of DK's favor. Who would you say is a better team fight, though? Do you think that could be an impact in the mid game, like just a really good team fight from DK?
I actually think Rattlesnake needs to do less to win a team fight. That's what I normally look for, like how many things have to go right. And if Rattlesnake gets a good Earthshaker ult off, or a good call down, or a good AA ult, they have so many avenues of winning a team fight. Whereas DK, they don't have any of those large AoE spells. I mean, I guess they have Keeper of the Light Blast, but that doesn't exactly scale you.
That is a good point. So Super on the mid lane picks up his Invis Rune. He's got 6 CS, 14 and 10 out of the TA. She is absolutely doing a great job here. But again, I mean, Super's only advantage is Fire Breath and Breathe Fire, and he can only use that sometimes. So that's gonna be rough.
Yeah, and that's not a spell that can exactly harass TA.
Yeah,
just because, I mean, it does nothing against
it can kill one of her shield levels. That's cool. Just wait till he hits 6, then we'll find out whether or not he can get last hits and harass the refraction.
Did you actually see Lanham's skill? Oh, at
we
top.
actually go on top. MMY in some trouble. There's the cold feet going in, and a little bit of a pause there. Burning stun is at 3 seconds. He has actually casted it. It's going to be thrown out here. It's going to be a pretty decent amount of damage.
I think they are going to kill MMY beforehand, though.
Oh yeah,
because
he's definitely dead.
The Earthshaker and the Ancient Apparition can right-click. Did you actually see the TA skill build really quick? She opted not to go meld at all, just because she knows it's going to do nothing against a Dragon Knight.
And 2 levels of side blades, actually, so it gives her a big range advantage over the Dragon Knight, more harass possible. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it just makes denying even more effective as well. Just you have a higher range of hitting super. And wow, the CS disadvantage in terms of... Burning has 3 CS right now. That's something you don't often see. He's got 1 CS a minute.
Yeah, and they do have a pretty good tri-lane, like we said, but him getting jumped on before really put things scary. And this keeps happening. They're fissure blocking and trying to keep people on the right side. And actually, Coddle is trapped on the other side of the fissure. I mean, this fissure is so perfect. It's been up for a couple seconds already. It's up for 8 seconds total. So they've got another 4 seconds where they have to either score kills or they have to book it to the right.
Yeah.
But they're so blocked in. This fissure is so perfect.
I actually think DK needs to get into this fight, though. I mean,
just to get some lane control?
Yeah. They're kind of losing the lane. Naga's farming a lot better than Burning is, and even though it's not a lot of farm, it just means that Burning's not really getting a whole lot.
Ooh, they are going in. Rubik's going to get killed. We might see Naga Siren go down. He pops a magic stick. That's going to keep him alive. And now right-clicks on Ancient Apparition. Also very, very low HP hero. He will die. Great blast as well, but QQQ is going to pay for this one. Net gets thrown. Great stun. Burning is low. They don't have a Riptide for another 5 seconds. And another pause. This time from Coddle. A disconnect from Windrunner. MMY also a little unhappy, but that's his own teammate. He's got to know.
Does Icy actually have boots?
Does not. He went for a stick
I don't know
first.
if they'll chase this, considering that Sagam has no mana.
He's got 7 charge
Yeah,
wand.
Burning does have a 7 charge wand. He does have that level 2 stun as well. They should be a little weary about chasing this, but...
He could turn this better than him die. 220 max damage is physical, by the way. Naga Siren has really naturally high armor. 6 armor on her, so... And a stout shield.
The base move speed, though, is really good on Naga. 320 to 295. I don't know. This... might go... How much wand charge? Oh, he has 7 wand charges. Actually, they might go for this, but 70, it would take forever.
That's 100, and he actually is not going to have the mana.
Yeah, the cooldown, too.
I guess he could clarity both.
The cooldown, though, is 13 seconds left, so...
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in a second.
No, let's theory craft this one little chase for the next... No, it's okay.
It's going to be so anticlimactic. They're actually just going to turn around, and we've talked about this for like 2 minutes. But when a game is paused like this, what else are you going to talk about?
How cool Templar Assassin is on the mid lane. Did he purchase this Wraithman, or did he start with this?
No, I think he got pulled regen. Just because the Ancient Apparition started with 1 tango, no salve, and the Earthshaker started out with no regen at all.
Oh, yep, okay.
Yeah, they just
well,
they see the one charge as well.
He did punch Alchemist in the back once, which I did not predict, so that was pretty cool.
Wow, failed casters. Please fire BTS.
Yes. ROTK actually cleaning it up decently. Considering how this started, he's up to 9 and 5 now. Not bad. Leo here still has plenty of regen, though. Again, using Flat Cannon to harass. The range on this is just so sick. So, got to stay outside of this. He's going to use Power Shot to get CS in the meantime. Working out pretty nicely.
Yeah, and actually, TA doing so well for herself. 20 and 16. That's 16 denies. Dragon Knight has 0. That means the level 6 is going to go to her so quickly, comparatively, and she's got double the CS.
That will definitely help a lot. Great ward, again, still sitting here. DK is completely spotted out in all of their movements. They do have pretty low armor. Oh, I love the Basilius pickup. This is so good with these two heroes, especially Earthshaker. This guy needs mana regen lane. MMY wants to go in. Actually, here comes the Coldfleet. Here comes the Fissure as well. It's going to block him. Slow. Oh my god, the double Alchemist stun. Are these sports going to die, or are they still going to make it out? Kabu running for his life, but Coddle's going to pick up the first kill. Burning's going to back off from that one. That stun was so clutch. 3 seconds for a fissure. This is a dead Keeper of the Light, guaranteed. Run for your life. QQQ. There's the fissure, and there's the hit. Icy's going to be able to pick that one up. Naga Siren at level 4 now. And, ooh, Alchemist stun from the high ground. I think they spotted this. Yeah, they definitely can see this. That's going to cost him a lot, actually. He doesn't have that much regen.
No. And actually, this isn't worth it. Giving up 2 for 1, I mean, it's an okay trade because Burning lives, but at the same time, he's still not getting any farm. He's got 7 CS, not doing a whole lot.
4 times before, man, a rough game for Burning. But that's the Alchemist trilane. He has pretty good offensive potential, but if he gets jumped on, the low armor really does cut into him. He does not seem tanky at all before he hits level 6 or grabs some HP items. And right now he's just working with a magic stick, and they have such great offense in terms of nukes. Like, all of their nukes and synergy between their skills comes together really well, which makes them strong. I mean, they are still squishy to get jumped on, but it's going a lot better than I thought it would, honestly.
Yeah. The scary thing for me right now is just the fact that ROTK has been virtually pushed out of this lane. Luo getting essentially free farm. He's got 30 CS. 28 going on the Templar Assassin. Just a huge advantage right now for Rattlesnake. Burning's got nothing going for him. And at the same time, Icy's picking up kills left and right. He's been in all 4 of their team's kills, has 2 on his own. And the supports actually aren't doing too bad either. I mean, Kabu's got boots already.
He's going to do one little cold feet on the Alchemist. Going to force him out of last city range for a bit. We'll see a great blast actually catching Kabu. A lift from Icy. There's the great fissure. Perfect timing, blocks Burning off entirely. Icy might still go down. He pops a magic stick. Needs 2 hits, but he's going to survive at 54 HP. Blast comes through as well. I mean, they did a lot of damage to these guys, but look at that fissure. It was so perfect from Sagam. They're absolutely saving the Naga Siren. She was guaranteed dead otherwise.
Yeah, and she's actually going to run back in after getting salved. And what a great setup by Earthshaker. He actually did the perfect thing that Earthshakers are supposed to do. He actually just waited, let his team get initiated on, and then turned it back around.
Oh, it might be able to kill Burning. 4.5 seconds stun on Icy. Actually, this blast could turn things. Icy's going to get hit. Needs 2 hits, but Burning is so low. He's got to run here. Coddle hits a blast. Great stun, but a lift as well from MMY. Might turn things. They do actually grab the Naga Siren. Sagam might also go down, but he does have a fissure. Man, that was sick plays. Able to actually work out a kill despite being slightly behind in this tri-lane here. They're able to snake something. Nice play from DK.
And Burning might have actually died there from the Enchant Totem hit.
Yeah.
It would have been really, really close.
Well, maybe not definitely, but it was definitely
He did just stick
close.
right now, so I think he's sick 2 charges. But at the same time, I mean, that lift was perfect. It set you up for 2 more kills. I think Rattlesnake just played a little too greedy there, staying when they shouldn't have.
Yeah. That's definitely what the case was. So Lu on the bot lane, now level 7. He's got phase boots up, so his damage is insane. Going to be very difficult for RTK to be able to grab last hits at this point, unless he does match her with the phase boots.
Yeah, and Luo actually level 7 had essentially free farm. Does he have a bottle as well? Yeah, he's got a bottle as well. So he's doing really well. Burning actually rotating, and he's now become a ganker.
Which player is Luo?
Huh?
Oh,
he's playing
the Gyrocopter. Okay, so he does have a bottle. Interesting.
Yeah, and Burning actually runs all the way bottom, realizes that the gank isn't going to happen, and now he has to run all the way top.
That's the worst feeling, knowing that you just wasted 15 seconds as a hard carry. Oh my gosh. He doesn't have any levels of Grievel's Greed yet either, so catching up is going to be pretty tough, but against this lane, I mean, he does need to max out the stun. They need to try to get kills. On the bright side, Icy is just sapping the XP. She's going for a possible fast drum build. Only level 5 at the moment, but she is still getting last hits.
Yeah, still about to hit level 6, meaning that their lane should be pretty well protected if she does opt to get the Song of the Siren. I have seen some Naga skip it.
Really?
Wow, I said a lot of S's right there.
Can we just hop back to P and talk about Pies and Peter?
Alright. So anyways, Line M gonna push out mid, realizes that the DK is missing. They should actually realize this and get a little weary that he might be ganking or something like that. Actually super opting to just go back. Gonna head back mid. His mid tower does take some damage though. This is something we don't actually see too often. A DK being forced out of his lane and actually being pushed preemptively.
Yeah, TA is apparently the hero to do it though. So much base damage that, well, not just base damage of course, but refraction in combination with that just really helps you eat through the last hits and prevent him from getting as many CS.
Yeah, and actually only 27 CS on Super in 9 minutes. That's 5-minute farm that you're supposed to have at this point. And actually Kabu and Sagam are going to rotate bottom. I think they want to take this tower and kill ROTK.
Might be a little tough. There's actually, there is a homing missile on Gyrocopter. He's going to start off.
Oh, this is the perfect position.
There's the fissure. Here comes the cold feet as well, trying to slow him down. The first missile is going to land, but oh man, Rocket Barrage. Just going to end things. Only a level 2, but it was enough. They were able to pick off the kill. That's amazing that Sagam was able to get in position there in that little tree clump without getting spotted. Super well played by him.
Yeah, he's actually played this game phenomenally. I was about to curse right there, but he's been playing phenomenally. Really nice fissures all game. LANM going to get initiated here on mid.
Wow, look at the nukes here. Oh, he's got a refraction
1 second
in 1
away.
second. He does do a meld strike to block some initiation. Great stun as well. Kabu getting way too close though. But Luo's going to show up. Level 3 Rocket Barrage eats through Super's HP. Magic damage is so good. Wow, the Echo Slam as well. They get a double kill. Great play from Rattlesnake here in a 7-3 game. As they're beating the team that's sitting 4-1 in the group. This is looking really good for Rattlesnake.
Yeah. And LANM, wow. I 100%. I said, oh my god. I just said 100%.
Yeah, I heard that.
Dude, I'm really tired right now. 100%.
I'm so sorry.
Looked like he was about to die there.
Those P's got you, man.
Kappa. Anyways. I knew I was going to slip it up because you kept stressing it. That's what you can't do. You can't pressure me, man. All right, but anyways, LANM surviving at the skin of his teeth right there. I don't even want to talk anymore. It just feels like my brain is dead.
His teeth?
My teeth.
What are you saying?
My teeth. Anyways.
Oh, wow, that power shot actually landed on Luo. Pretty sick.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's going to just back out, uses the call down to farm. Really smart choice here. And then I think he should just back.
All the way? What if he gets a super sexy rune bot that... Okay, he's got a minute.
He's like a 1 minute away.
Yeah, you might as well go home. Whatever. How's Icy doing? Picks up a Bracer and a Belt of Giant Strength, so actually going to go Treads with a Bracer. We do see Drum pretty often on Naga Siren. She has really high base movement speed, like we pointed out earlier, so the percentage base that Drum applies is actually really high for her, so it can pay off. And she does like casting a lot. 3 levels in Riptide right now, 2 in Ensnare and 1 in Mirror Image. Not actually maxing out Riptide first, but going for a mix of abilities. But will they set up a kill? They could do a ulti into a trap, let the trap sit a couple seconds, and then get a max slow. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And
there's a lot of things they can do, really.
Do you see? He has a Ring of Aquila. Aquila, I don't know. I say Aquila, but just preemptively kind of
call it the Water Ring, and then you can't mispronounce it.
The Water Ring, I like that. He picks up the Water Ring.
Thank you. Wow,
Thanks,
everybody
buddy.
Jump into that one.
Steal it from Purge. He picks that up just so the Acid Claw doesn't do so much. And pressuring the mid tower so much right now. Actually at 200 HP now. And Kabu's smoked up mid.
There's a lot of heroes here, actually. Sagam looking for the perfect.
Oh,
this guy's level 7. Here comes the fissure. It's going to land on Super. Wow, Luo's already behind. He's going to get picked off. Almost immediate magic damage just cutting through him. And that was the whole Radiant team setup. They didn't even need the Song of the Siren for that. Our 2 dead heroes. That was the Dragon Knight as well as the Coddle getting picked off. And Rattlesnake now going to shift down. They're not done yet. I think, are they just going to roll through all the towers? I mean, they have a big gold advantage. Their net worth is obscenely far ahead. Their hero level is, I assume, going to be pretty equivalent here. Yeah, Gyrocopter and TA, as well as the Naga Siren, are sitting really well. And they've even got Arcane Boots on Earthshaker, so their mana's knocking around out here.
He's actually so farmed. Sagam has played this game nearly perfectly as an Earthshaker.
Yeah, he really has.
He's got no deaths. He's got 2 kills, 6 assists, and his fissure setups have just been beautiful. His positioning has been fantastic. That Echo Slam hit 2 heroes. He's just done such a good job this game. And another fissure.
Ooh, great ulti by Icy, trying to counter-initiate here.
Lowe's got his ult in 1 second.
Ooh, they're coming in. There it is. Here comes Echo Slam, dropping down. Rubik goes down. Super as well. It's going to drop a ulti. Lands on everybody. Just got to get him to about 10%, and they are going to fall. QQQ is going to drop for sure.
They're going to chase this too.
Oh, yeah, if the missile comes in.
Oh, he's got a haste rune, actually.
Yeah, the Ice Blast is going to run out, so he's going to be just fine. But they will be able to take a tier 2 tower because of this setup here. It wasn't looking super good for them off the start because the Shackle with the Breathe Fire put Luo down to pretty low HP, but man, once you drop the Naga ulti, just the rest of your team fight combos just set up so nicely. And even the A wasn't there. He had an extra 5 seconds or so to channel out his ulti. It was really nice. And
he actually does a really smart job just keeping burning off the tower, and Sagam walking in, getting that Echo Slam off. Luo, that call down just came off CD too. It was just kind of a perfect mix of things. And that's the wombo combo we were talking about, right? The Naga sleeps, the Earthshaker ults, the AA ults, the call down comes down, everything just hit down.
Really good team fight from them. So they didn't take the tier 2 tower at least. They backed off, playing it safe. Often tier 2s are pretty hard to take in the early game with any amount of counter push, but If we do some item checks on the Dire team, we actually do have an Arcane Boots up on Rubik, so despite a little bit of a rough start, 3 deaths on him, he's at least got enough mana pool to be able to cast spells. And the other heroes, we've got Boots and a Headdress on the Keeper of the Light. How's Alchemist doing? We haven't watched him a bit. He is going for a Shadowblade build, so Treads into Claymore is going to require people to at least have Dust when they gank him later, but most importantly, he will be able to initiate with this and do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Burning actually opting not to come to fights yet, I think just because he's so far behind. Lanham getting initiated on.
Oh, the acid spray. There's the stun. Actually, he's going to stay inside of it. There's the call down. MMY might be able to avoid this. No, T8. Oh, A ulti comes in. Burning's going to get cleaned up. Lanham's really low, but he pops his next refraction. Super taking right clicks. Throws down the poison. It is burning through the refraction charges, but it doesn't matter. A simple meld right click and DK drops.
They keep trying to go on Lanham. He keeps getting both refractions off, not taking any damage. I mean, look at the rest of the Rattlesnake team. They just kind of waltz in after Lanham soaks up the majority of the damage, and DK is so underfarmed at this point. Burning has no farm. He actually was kind of getting close to his Shadowblade, but now he's so far away. And the worst thing about this game, look at Super's farm. Just, I mean, his items alone. He's got a Bracer, a Bottle, a Wand, Boots, and 250 gold. Those are about, like,
and his helmet is
6,
ugly.
7 minute items.
His helmet isn't that cool either. I mean,
it's really not baller tier. It's really disappointing.
It's not. Well, he's got 41 CS. I mean, it was a tough lane. He's got the CS, but dying 4 times just puts you really far behind. I think they're thinking about smoking here. They're grouping up in kind of a weird place. Can they even make the kills? They don't even have Dragonite ulti now, so how are they going to initiate? They don't even have a good way to start to set things up. It's pretty much telekinesis into Alchemist stun and pray for the best, but it's just so tough now. Even if they get a good initiation, if Naga Siren isn't the person getting killed, she's going to pop her ulti and she's going to stop things, the stun durations will end, and Rattlesnake's going to be able to position in a much better spot.
Yeah, and Luo actually going to have his BKB and 1,300 gold on top of that. That is crazy farm, Kevin.
Oh my gosh. I mean, they can't stop it. All of their damage is pretty much magic. They don't have any physical at the moment. It's like poison damage from the Elder Dragon form, and that's honestly about it. So Luo's going to be more or less invincible. On the bright side, he has no mana right now, so that's going to limit him slightly. But with the Meld Strike and a lot of minus armor coming out of that, they're going to grab the Aegis, put on the TA, and she's going to grab a Yasha next, so going for the movement speed build.
Yeah, actually, this is really good. Just the sheer mobility that she's getting out of this means that team fights are going to be really fluid for her, and it's going to be difficult to lock her down as well. And just the ability to kind of like close in distance without having to use the Blink Dagger, with a lot more DPS coming out of the Yasha.
Well, they will right-click the tower, but there's the Naga ulti. Good into setup. People, Super's running for his life. He does get caught. They want to go on ROTK first. Apparently, he's got a DD. He's going to come through. Fissure lands. ROTK goes down. Can they finish off QQQ? Naga Siren in some trouble. She needs to pop the regen, but there is another Breathe Fire. They're able to clean up the Coddle as well. Rattlesnake not quite done diving. Naga Siren TPing back to base. She has done her job, a little bit of HP and some setup. They only killed 2 heroes there, but even still, 2 heroes is an advantage they're happy to take, and they might be able to take the tier 2 as a result.
Yeah, the scary thing here is that Lanham has a ton of farm, Luo has a ton of farm. They don't actually need the Naga to actually really have items, so she's opting to get the mech, and I really agree with this decision, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because they realize she's the utility at this point. You don't really need her to have farm. You just kind of need her to throw down the ultimate, and the damage will come from the Templar Assassin and Luo playing the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, even landing the Riptide on a lot of the support heroes can be insane because of the Flak Cannon combo. If they just reduce the armor of all the supports by 5 or 6 or something like that, and the Flak Cannon cleaves through, talking about a lot of dead supports. And these are the definition of squishy supports. Both Rubik and Coddle have very, very low armor gains.
Yeah, and Sagam, he's on a roll. He's 4-0-10, even picks up the Urn of Shadows and a Magic Stick, and he's got 1,800 gold at this point. This is unreal farm for an Earthshaker.
He's almost got Blink, and it's 18 minutes. I mean, the guy hasn't died yet. It's looking really, really good. Arcane Boots are fantastic, of course. And I just don't see them stopping the push anytime soon. 300 gold away for a Naga Siren finishing his mech. And, man, how are they going to burst through this? Their damage sources are honestly limited to, like, Coddle Blast. It's like their bread and butter at the moment. They've got Coddle Blast and Breathe Fire and a Power Shot. And Fade Bolt, I guess. A lot of magic, but if you can survive the burst, they've got nothing else.
Yeah, I think he's gonna pick up his mech, and they are gonna group up and try to push. Sagam actually gonna go top. I think he's gonna Fissure, try to farm out his Blink Dagger. The rest of this, maybe they're just gonna wait on the Blink Dagger. It's not too necessary. Sagam really showing the benefit of a support not necessarily needing farm,
Oh, my game just crashed. Sorry about that, guys. We'll just watch the stream. It's gonna be fine.
Are people going insane over how cool I am, Kevin?
I think that's definitely what we're talking about
Wow,
right
I'm
now.
so excited about this.
And you can see
Nobody
this.
ever talks about how cool I am, but
Lunch,
that's the
damn it.
underrated factor.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Kawa's not even here at the desk.
It's fine, guys. You can tell we read stream chat.
I don't. People are really mean to me.
4th time on record, Naga Siren has built a mechanism in a program. That's pretty cool. Nope, we do not want to join that. Let's just reconnect on in.
Kawa just like went to the kitchen, comes back, realizes
My
that
game
things
crashed.
fell
Fun
apart.
stuff. That's okay. We're loading back in. Sorry about that, guys. I'm watching Blitz's screen, and we have missed
Wow, crazy
nothing.
things happen.
Oh, man.
Everybody died.
Aegis Steel, 4 Divine Rapiers, Templar. Wow, is that a Sanji Nyasha Templar Assassin?
Wow, I can't believe they all just
I'm
said
not
Blitz is
kidding.
the best player.
Yeah, they just,
No,
all the Chinese, they all chatted. They're like, guys, you're the best. Best casting.
Handsomest,
Ha
best looking
handsomest
Asian
casting
guy in the
pair.
world.
Okay, there we go. We're back in. Sorry about that, guys. We
And that's actually an SNY Templar Assassin.
It is actually. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's the purple swords. Makes him run fast. He can do some slow. Some of these, there's not that many disables. Okay, there's a pretty good amount of disables, but the slow can be quite useful. A ult to come into the bot lane. Can they shut down Bernie? He did finish his Ghost Scepter. I'm sorry, his Shadow Blade just now, and he's going to retreat. Has a level 2 ulti. In the meantime, Rattlesnake has been able to take a tower on the top lane. That's a tier 2.
Yeah, and Sagam actually has his Blink Dagger. He's getting really close to that level 11 ultimate, which is going to just put out so much damage. I actually think they should wait for him to get the level 11 and then try to just barrel down through mid. You're getting close. Pick it up. And it's actually a lot easier now to get level 11. And there it is.
Yep, picks up level 11. A little bit of extra magical damage. Echo damage, I believe, is physical, if I'm not mistaken. So, kind of a cool little combo there. And he picks up Sentry Wards. I mean, he honestly doesn't need a new item for the rest of the game. This is literally your core. Even the Urn is not necessary. Once you grab Arcane and Blink, you're happy. You're like, okay, whatever, I'll buy all the wards for the rest of the game. I'll buy gems, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's obviously great to have like a Veil or an Aghanim's, but you just don't need it. A ulti can be a little bit wasted on the mid lane, which is a bit of a hurt because 45 seconds on cooldown here, but they will be able to continue to push mid and hopefully for them take a tower.
Yeah, and the big thing about this is the Earthshaker's net worth is higher than the Windrunner and the Dragon Knights.
What?
I'm not lying, man.
That's their mid hero, man. Supports for the ages, man. It's so fun to play support this well.
Yeah,
I wish I knew what that was like.
And he's going to pick up a Vid Booster. I really like this build. Just getting a lot of tankiness and HP and just making it so that you can survive to get the sleep off no matter what.
Yeah.
They're actually going to base push for this. I think this is a bit of a
Being
scary
ulti.
idea unless
Here
Icy
comes.
just ults.
Alright, here comes the setup. They're going to be going for the 2 support here. Super as well as MOI. Here comes the call down. Here comes the remove. Oh, the Blink Echo. Perfect timing. Super doesn't get to do anything there.
And the
Man.
Fissure lands and blocks them off.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That was so well done. Sagam playing absolutely amazing. They're going for the tier 3 racks. There's the split as Burning is trying to contest this, but he can't do anything here. Aegis is reclaimed in 3 seconds. Here comes about to time out. Luo has an Eagle Song on top of his BKB. He's so far ahead. If he gets evasion, there is no way this guy is going to die in a team fight.
Yeah, Burning stunning himself. He opted to go for that Shadow Blade build just because he was doing so poorly. And Shadow Blade allows you to fight, initiate in fights, but it doesn't do a whole lot for stopping pushes.
And they're just sitting right outside of the acid spray, going back in, popping the refraction. Melee Barracks is going to fall. Great shackle shot, actually putting some together. Luo's getting pretty low. There's the telekinesis. Another great fissure. This guy's blocked in completely. A ulti comes in, and MMY is going to drop. Melee Barracks is down as well. Luo's right-clicking fountains for some AoE damage. A stun's going to land actually right on top of Icy, but he's got quite a bit of HP left over. Super follows up. Will they be able to burst down one hero from Rattlesnake? I don't even know. There's another fissure. RTK going down. Sagam goes in. Great chain stunning as well. We'll see another stun. Nope. Another one stun on Bernie. No, it's actually going on Lanham, but Lanham is so tanky with the Sanji Yasha. He's got a Helm of the Dominator on top of this. Guy's got 1700 max HP. How are they supposed to kill these heroes?
Yeah, at this point, the damage just isn't there. Burning doesn't really do a whole lot. He has to go for a more defensive build, picking up a Plate Mail and an Ogre Club. And Super, the hero that you'd like to see more farm on, he's just finished Treads, and he's got 700 gold.
Wow.
The worst thing about this is they're losing team fights, and it's not like DK's picking up any other items that are making them stronger.
Yeah, if you have to do things like buyback and do everything you can to stop. That was a buyback on Windrunner. No one else on DK had to purchase back, but she literally just has a mech bottle wand. A lot of regen bursts, but very, very little damage output past her base skills.
Yeah, and losing that tower, you're just going to give up so much more farm. Naga Siren actually going to pick up a Blink Dagger. That makes the initiation just impossible for DK to deal with. That means the sleep's going to hit everyone, and they can pick and choose the fight that they want to take.
Yeah, basically she's going to look more at positioning rather than forcing things. They're going to be less able to split up as the initiation comes. Just if they're grouped, blink ulti, or ulti blink more like so, or more expected here. And then they can just follow it up with Earthshaker and all these other combos. Their coordination has honestly been great so far.
Yeah. They've actually played this lineup almost perfectly, and it's all started and ended with Sagem. He's landed absolutely beautiful fissures this entire game. When he went into Echo and blew everything off, most people just kind of fissured like right where they are.
Yep.
But he sees the line, blocks off Burning from being able to get the stun off, cuts the team in half, and he's just done that all game.
Has this guy died yet? I don't think he has. Yeah, 5-0 and 13. Oh my gosh. Perfect support coming out of this guy. Ogre Club now picked up. Why not get a BKB, right? I mean, if you can stop their magic nukes, you're invincible as a support Earthshaker, so go for it. Maybe it's for punching. I don't know. It does give him more damage.
At this point, it doesn't really matter too much what they get. I mean, Landam has 3k on top of his overfarmed hero. Luo has picked up his Butterfly, and he's got a Morbid Mass, just doing so well on himself. And here comes the base push.
Yep, they're going to try to initiate here. Luo has Butterfly. Evasion.
They have to be careful of that Naga Sleep Blink.
Can they stop it? It's a vitality booster up on her as well, so even more HP. She ended up selling her bracer. A little bit of gold on that, but they're spread out currently. Burning can TP from the top lane at least. He is getting some much needed farm, kind of close to a BKB. They might initiate. There it is. There's the Blink ulti. Grab two heroes in an okay position. Will they do a fissure on both of them? Maybe an Echo Slam. Yeah, he is going to do a fissure on two. There's the first initiation. Burning gets stunned actually, and he's going to blink out. Great escape there from the Earthshaker. Luo, and no threat of dying just yet. Godlike streak. Here comes the stun. He's actually a bit out of position here. He needs the lifesteal and BKB, but he hasn't been able to get it off yet. There's the BKB. Echo Slam doing some AoE damage, but no stun there. Right clicks on Burning. They're just going to have to sacrifice Rod Cave for this one, and they do take out the kill, but Luo's still pretty low. Burning is charging up his stun as well. Who's he going to throw it on? Anybody? Nope. But it's fine. He's got a lot of HP.
Yeah, and actually, Luo doesn't die. That was the craziest thing I've seen.
He was really low, but man, Butterfly
He was in the
paid
center
off.
of everything, too.
Yeah.
But he had a 15 charge wand, pops that, just kind of runs away. He is being earned, and I think they're going to take this Roshan and then just go straight back bottom.
They really focused on heroes in that team fight, and Naga Siren obviously jumped in pretty fast, but it wasn't really the best initiation. I don't think Sagam necessarily expected the creeps to spawn at that point either. He could have gone for an Echo Slam to do some good burst damage, but I think they did what they could with that fight. It wasn't exactly perfect situations, but it doesn't matter. Rattlesnake is so far ahead. If you look at the graph, 20k and climbing for gold. EXP is also at a similar number, so they're just going to take another Roshan here. More gold advantage. Rattlesnake, Gyrocopter grabs the Aegis, and here comes another push bot.
Yeah, and Luo actually, he's got 3k on top of him, and LanM has a Reaver, and so it's not like that fight didn't gain them anything. And on the flip side, Super has actually lost money, and Burning has picked up some farm, but at the cost of the rest of his team.
The fact that they're playing this out, man, these Chinese teams do not give up at all. They are so far behind, but they're still playing it out. I mean, it's a 27-minute Treads Bracer on your Dragonite solo mid.
Count on Burning. You can do it.
I just don't know. Is this a Satanic on TA? I mean, you can. You're so far ahead. If you get a Satanic, you are unkillable. I mean, you can't just two-shot people like you sometimes enjoy.
ROTK going to get blown
trouble.
up.
BKB, Rocket Barrage, easy kill there. Burning as well is going to go into melee range, but this guy doesn't want to die just yet. Tier 3 tower is going to finish. There's a Sentry Ward being placed down, and now the melee barracks being threatened.
Yeah, and they're just barreling down. Icy still has his ultimate. They have to be careful of that. Super going to rush in. Represent some sort of threat, I guess, but the ult does get popped. DK doing a good job of staying spread, but Burning and Super are going to get stunned out.
Wow, the magic damage on the Dragonite just killed him so fast. BKB on Burning's going to buy him a second. Throws a stun on Luo to run for his life, but the right clicks from TA are pretty scary. Luckily for him, they did not have a gem yet, but that just means the melee barracks are going to get focused here. And that's going to be the end of the game. So RTK is going to call a good game. That is going to be it. Man, boy, did they snowball things. That was super impressive. Just absolutely stomping all of their lanes. They got an insane amount of farm. They had great setup as well with the Naga Siren ulti. I just really loved how all of their wombo combo came through. 30-4 Rattlesnake versus DK. Both of our desk casters are wrong. This was not a 2-0 for DK. And the team that was at the top of the group taking some more losses, which is pretty surprising. 28-minute game, absolutely well played by Rattlesnake, and pretty fun to watch that one. So let's throw it over to the desk, guys. What did you think about that game?
The other desk. Welcome back. Blitz, it seems like it's a new age of parity in Chinese Asian Dota. Every team is beating other teams. There is no top dog right now. LGD China's losing games, DK's losing games, Rattlesnake's winning games that you'd think maybe they wouldn't. RNG Sports, up and down, LGD Int, the same thing. There is not one single team in the Eastern scene that is consistently on top, and you compare this to 4 or 5 months ago, it was always IG, it was always LGD China, just a step or two behind them. Boy, things have really changed.
Yeah, coming so close to the international, everyone's just kind of playing with a little bit more intensity, and it doesn't. The one thing I was kind of worried about, not gonna lie, was how teams are gonna treat this. You know,
Yeah.
Do we want to give this our all? Coming so close to the international, kind of reveal our hands, what we have planned, but it looks like nobody's holding anything back. And I actually think the one knock I have on DK as a team as a whole is they're not very creative. You play that really standard style where you set up farm for burning, and it kind of leaves you open to strategies like this where Rattlesnake can just abuse you because they know what you're going to do almost every game.
They do, and I mentioned when we were introducing Rattlesnake, you can look at these player cards all you want. End of the day, they mean nothing as far as the signature heroes because this is a very creative team, a team that's not afraid to experiment. Maybe they don't have the best individual skill, although they're certainly not lacking in that department. I don't think it's their strong suit particularly, but they're versatile. They're hard to draft against, and you look at teams like DK and LGD, and these are not the most adaptable teams either. So not only are they maybe not the most creative teams, but they're not necessarily good at dealing with a crazy draft that they're not expecting. And there was no one crazy hero for Rattlesnake, but it was just some unusual picks, like seeing a Naga, Ancient Apparition. We've seen these heroes on occasion in the Western scene. We've seen them on occasion in Asia, but just that particular draft, it's not something Rattlesnake's been running. We've seen a lot more Darkseer, Clockwork, Doom at times from them. And even Visage. This was something very different from Rattlesnake.
Yeah, I don't actually think you can knock on Rattlesnake's individual skill anymore. You put a player like LandM who doesn't mid often, and he actually plays against Super who mids all the time, and absolutely destroys him in last hits.
Now, to be fair, that's a good matchup for TA. TA should dominate that matchup.
But the fact that it was that bad, and he shut down Super that much, and the fact that he was able to make so many clutch plays, and on top of that, Sagam's Earthshaker, those fissures were pitch perfect. You're never going to see anything more beautiful than that.
And we're seeing that that 100 range buff on Fissure is making all the difference.
Yeah.
It's making Fissure from occasionally game-breaking ability into something that, if you use it correctly, this is one of the most powerful level 1 abilities in the game, and it stays powerful throughout the game. The Fissure's had a huge impact. We saw it even in the game before. Perhaps the Age of Earthshaker is soon upon us.
Yeah, it's one of those heroes, too, that has kind of the potential for kind of boneheaded mistakes where you fissure in your own team, but we saw none of that this game.
I've never done that.
Oh, really?
I don't fissure block.
As a perfect player, LD. Did you just wink?
Yeah.
I can't do that. You know that? Because my eyes are so
wink?
small? No, I'll show you, all right? It's like the other eye kind of follows because they're so like naturally closed down. Yeah, I can't do that. Stop doing that. Now it's like you're mocking me. Next, somebody's going to like ride a bike and snap their fingers because I can't do that either.
You can ride a bike now, though. We'll have a follow-up soon for Blitz rides a bike, but that's another story for another day. Blitz, in the end, we were both wrong. We both said 2-0 DK. Those predictions out the window.
I'm happy to be wrong. Those were exciting games.
But we're not done yet. Of course, it is a best of 2, and if you're DK, you just need one game here. If they can take this last game, they will be first place in Group A, which means they get seeded into the, I believe it's the semifinals of the winner's bracket. Either way, they don't start in that round of 8. They'll have an advantage, but they need to take this next game. If not, it comes down to tiebreakers, and Rattlesnake will have the same record as them, 5-3.
Yeah, and that's something that they don't want to get into.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation, guys. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it's going to be DK versus Rattlesnake, Game 2. We have one more set after that. Stay tuned.